Barbara Stanwyck, born Ruby Catherine Stevens on July 16, 1907, in Brooklyn, New York, emerged as one of the most respected and versatile actresses of Hollywood's golden age. Orphaned at the age of 4, Stanwyck was raised in foster homes and by her older sister, experiences that instilled in her a strong sense of independence. Her early life was marked by hardship, but these challenges fueled her determination to succeed. She started her career as a dancer in speakeasies and vaudeville, eventually joining the Ziegler Follies in the 1920s. Her breakthrough came with the silent film Broadway Nights, 1927, but it was her role in Frank Capra's Ladies of Leisure, 1930, that catapulted her into fame. Her naturalistic style was a revelation in the early days of talkies, and her collaboration with Capra cemented her reputation as one of Hollywood's most formidable talents. A prolific film career and iconic roles. Stanwyck's career spanned over 3 decades, during which she appeared in over 80 films. She became known for playing strong, complex women in films ranging from dramas and westerns to comedies and film noirs. Her versatility was unmatched, and she was equally adept in roles as the fiercely independent woman, the romantic heroine, and the enigmatic femme fatale. Some of her most celebrated performances include Stella Dallas, 1937, for which she earned her first Academy Award nomination, Ball of Fire, 1941, The Lady Eve, 1941, and the noir classic Double Indemnity, 1944. In this film, she portrayed Phyllis Dietrichson, one of cinema's most memorable femme fatales. Though she never won a competitive Academy Award, her work was later recognized with an honorary Oscar in 1982, cementing her legacy. Transition to television and new roles. As Hollywood evolved and roles for actresses of a certain age became scarce in the 1950s, Stanwyck successfully transitioned to television, where she continued to shine. She starred in the Western TV series The Big Valley, 1965 to 1969, playing the matriarch Victoria Barkley. Her performance earned her an Emmy Award and introduced her to a new generation of fans. The series highlighted her ability to portray strong, independent characters even later in her career. She continued to make her mark in television throughout the 1980s, appearing in the acclaimed miniseries The Thornbirds, 1983, and Dynasty, 1983 to 1984, where her regal presence continued to command attention, showcasing her timeless talent. First marriage to Frank Fay, a strained union. Barbara Stanwyck's first marriage to actor Frank Fay, whom she married on August 26, 1928, marked the beginning of a tumultuous chapter in her personal life. At the time, Stanwyck was a rising star in Hollywood, while Fay, a successful vaudeville and stage performer, had begun to see his popularity wane. Their marriage, initially filled with promise, began to deteriorate due to Fay's erratic behavior, including struggles with alcoholism. Despite their attempts to mend the relationship, including the adoption of a child, their marriage became increasingly strained. After 7 years, Stanwyck filed for divorce, which was finalized in 1935. She was granted custody of their son, Anthony, though their relationship grew distant over the years, with Anthony later becoming estranged from her. Second marriage to Robert Taylor, a glamorous Hollywood romance. In 1936, Barbara Stanwyck began a high-profile romance with actor Robert Taylor, one of MGM's leading men. The two were often regarded as one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples. After 3 years of dating, they married on May 14, 1939, in a private ceremony. Their relationship appeared supportive, with both sharing a deep respect for each other's careers. However, as time passed, the pressures of their respective careers, coupled with the extended periods of separation due to filming, took a toll on their marriage. Over time, emotional intimacy began to fade, and by the late 1940s, their marriage was under strain. In 1951, Stanwyck filed for divorce at Taylor's request, maintaining discretion and avoiding public drama. Despite their separation, the couple remained on amicable terms, and Stanwyck fondly recalled their years together. Stanwyck's resentment of changing Hollywood. The deep animosity between Barbara Stanwyck and Lee Majors was not merely a personality clash. It reflected the larger shift happening in Hollywood during the 1960s. Stanwyck, who had come of age in an earlier era, valued hard work, humility, and talent above all else. She was uncomfortable with the new generation of actors like Majors, who embodied the changing image-driven culture of the 1960s. Stanwyck believed that the industry was increasingly prioritizing looks and youth over substance, and she resented how the producers of The Big Valley often showcased Majors' character at the expense of the ensemble cast, especially her own. Her dislike for Majors underscored her discomfort with the rapidly evolving Hollywood landscape and her struggle to reconcile with its new priorities. Stanwyck's later years, philanthropy and a quiet life. After The Big Valley ended in 1969, Barbara Stanwyck stepped back from full-time acting, but remained active in philanthropic efforts. She supported various charitable causes, particularly those related to children, the arts and medical research. Stanwyck often contributed quietly, preferring to remain out of the spotlight when supporting causes she cared about. She also mentored younger actors and provided discreet financial assistance to struggling colleagues. Despite her public persona as a tough, no-nonsense star, she showed great kindness behind the scenes. In the 1980s, she appeared in The Thornbirds and Dynasty, demonstrating her continued presence and influence in the entertainment industry. A traumatic home invasion and personal resilience. In 1981, Barbara Stanwyck's peaceful retirement was abruptly interrupted when she became the victim of a violent home invasion. While living in the exclusive Trousdale estates of Beverly Hills, an intruder broke into her home in the middle of the night and struck her with a flashlight. The attacker then forced her into a closet and ransacked the house, stealing approximately $40,000 worth of jewelry. The incident left Stanwyck physically injured and emotionally shaken, but her resilience and toughness shone through. She handled the aftermath with grace, taking steps to enhance security in her home, but refusing to let the event deter her from living independently. This traumatic experience was a reminder of the strength and self-reliance that had defined her entire life. Declining health and final years. As Barbara Stanwyck entered her later years, her health began to decline. In 1982, while filming The Thornbirds, she suffered an onset of bronchitis, which was worsened by exposure to artificial smoke used for special effects on set. Stanwyck had been a lifelong smoker, beginning the habit at a very young age, and despite her attempts to quit, the damage caused by decades of smoking affected her health. The bronchitis led to chronic respiratory problems, which only worsened as she aged. However, true to her nature, Stanwyck rarely complained about her health, maintaining a stoic demeanor. She continued to work as much as her condition allowed, always pushing through her ailments with the same strength she had shown throughout her career. Barbara Stanwyck's final days and legacy. Barbara Stanwyck passed away on January 20th, 1990, at the age of 82, after a prolonged battle with congestive heart failure and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. She died in Santa Monica, California, surrounded by close friends. In accordance with her wishes, there was no public funeral or memorial service. Stanwyck had always valued her privacy and requested a quiet, dignified farewell. Her ashes were scattered over the picturesque landscape of Lone Pine, California, a place of personal significance where she had filmed several of her iconic westerns. The scattering of her ashes over the rugged terrain symbolized her enduring legacy in the American West and served as a fitting tribute to the woman who had captivated audiences for decades. Her contributions to film and television continue to inspire, and her work remains a cornerstone of Hollywood's golden age.